The arrow's dead. Couldn't be that person even if I wanted to be. And I don't want to be.
This is so cool!
Oliver walked away.
We're ghosts. They're like nothing we'd ever seen before. Well trained, well armed. We need the arrow.
Oh, you don't know who I am, do you? I'm Damien Dark. So you're all fretting about this city dying. I'm here on behalf of an organization that wants you to let it die.
This town started going to crap the moment you put on that hood. You brought madness into all our lives, and the monster you were inspired monsters.
I respect order, discipline. All you represent is anarchy.
You've certainly chosen an unusual hobby, Mr. Quinn.
Even when we're out there, we are not out there together.
You both almost got killed tonight because you didn't have each other's backs.
I don't know what's happening now, but it is not in my job description.
When people go in the pit, they don't come out the same.
You can't be the arrow. He died. So who are you?
You're about to find out.
Since when are you such a badass?
Since always.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Happy 4th Friday, new Arrow footage, so let's start digging through it. Okay, so everybody let's freak out and talk about what's going on here. There's a couple things they say, like a little bit of dialogue, but mostly they're teasing where the characters are at and some of the new characters themselves. Like we see Damien Dark, we see Anarchy here, Mr. Terrific, and probably biggest of all, Constantine. Matt Ryan is Constantine. I love the fact that he enters stomping his cigarette before he appears. He's going to be the one to help resurrect Sarah. I think it's going to be episode 5 is what they announced it is. The problem is that the Lazarus Pit only works for a certain period of time. Since she's been dead longer than that, they need some extra mojo. For those wondering though, Matt Ryan could always come back as Constantine as long as they want him back, but I don't think that the show is going to be remade anywhere else. So the scene that we open in is clearly Oliver and Felicity that have been living together as regular people for a while. Like, you know, ever since the end of Arrow Season 3. It just follows up on the idea that the Arrow is dead, that identity, so he's going to be becoming Green Arrow. That's part of getting the new costume, taking that Justice League level mantle. Even more interesting is this Star City memorial to Ray Palmer. So there's so much going on in this picture. They think that Ray Palmer is dead when he's really just teeny tiny. And 2, they've already renamed the city Star City from Starling City. That's a pretty big deal, so I'm expecting them to address the name change in that first episode. No idea when Ray Palmer is going to show up though. We have no idea. Obviously he's going to be in Legends of Tomorrow, so at some point during Arrow Season 4, they'll figure out that he just got shrunk down. I'm kind of wondering if Felicity and Mr. Terrific are the people to discover him. Like, oh man, you're not dead, you're just really, really tiny. Speaking of which, Mr. Terrific, we see the T-Spheres here. You can't have Mr. Terrific and not have the T-Spheres, but obviously this is a much younger version of the character, so he'll probably help make them with Felicity, like whenever he's working at Palmer Tech. I don't know exactly what his relationship is going to be in the organization, but Felicity hires him and hopefully he'll help work on some Arrow technology too, like some crime fighting technology. Speaking of which, Diggle's new helmet. Yes, it does look a little bit like Magneto's helmet, and no, he is not the Guardian, like he's not a comic book persona, he's still going to be Diggle. But the helmet is more a nod to Guardian from the comics than it is to anything else. Like they're not trying to infringe on Marvel's copyright IP or anything like that. It's kind of hard to tell here, but there is like a face shield that goes over it. It looks like he can turn it black, so it looks like it's just made to hide his identity and keep his brains from getting squished. Willa going apeshit. It looks like she flies off the handle, and that's part of the repercussions of getting resurrected in the Lazarus Pit. They teased that during Season 3, but I guess Season 4 is when they're really following up on it. A ways back, Stephen Amell was answering questions about Arrow Season 4, and one of the teases was, you know, what's wrong, Willa? As in, maybe he comes back to Star City because Willow starts going crazy. Here's Felicity unveiling the new suit. As you can see, like the Foundry set looks like it's pretty clean, like they haven't been using it in a while. Like I said, this is an image of the new Arrow Cave, and it sounds like they might be building it beneath Palmer Tech, like it might be directly beneath their business. It's kind of like in the Christopher Nolan Batman films where they had the Special Research Sciences Division inside the Wayne building. This dialogue about Diggle and Oliver makes it sound like they're still going to be butting heads at the beginning of the season. Remember, Diggle hates the shit out of Oliver. I don't think they're going to be at each other's throats all season long. I think that they'll make up by the end, hopefully by the mid-season finale. Nothing brings people together like a really crazy big villain like Damien Dark. Quentin Lance here, also going apeshit. He actually restarts the superhero task force. Rutina Wesley from True Blood. You might remember her from Tara's True Blood. She's not playing a comic book character, but she's going to be part of that task force storyline. This is actually a picture of her in her full riot gear. But all these vigilantes are definitely on Quentin's shit list. Felicity with the machine gun, just made for pure comedy. Jerry Ryan here, this is actually going to be interesting. So 7 of 9 is going to be on Arrow. I'm so excited about this. She's going to be playing a mayor candidate. She's not a comic book character. But a lot of people have been asking about the Oliver Queen for mayor storyline from the comics. I don't know that that's going to happen. We might see something like that, but that kind of feels like it'd be a rehash of that season 2 plot line. And in case you don't recognize him here, this person standing right here on her right, that is Anarchy. You can actually see a better picture of him here. Amanda Waller's back. It looks like this might be from the flashbacks. Now, they said that they're doing flashbacks. They're plotting them just a little bit differently, but we don't know a lot about them. Nyssa and Merlin are going at it, obviously. He's still Ra's al Ghul, but Nyssa is not a cast regular. Merlin is, so I'm not really sure how they're going to be using Merlin this season. But mostly, it looks like Nyssa's just going to try and usurp the title from him. In this final image of J.R. Bourne, you might remember him from Teen Wolf. He's playing Double Down from the comics, the guy that Felicity's kicking here. So let's address some of the things that are not in this trailer. So there's one character that's going to be associated with Oliver's past, with the flashbacks, like a past girlfriend that he had. A lot of people think with all this Coast City Green Lantern teasers that it might be Carol Ferris. Now I think that that's just a lot more likely than them doing a Green Lantern character, but you can hold out hope. Otherwise, like the big thing going on in season 4 is the rise of mysticism. So more and more magic, but don't expect Zatan or anything like that, like spell magic. It's going to be more mysticism than outright magic. For those wondering about the Flash trailer, because we're within that 1 month period before the premieres, the Flash trailer will probably come sometime next week, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll totally do a video when it comes. Be sure to subscribe to get that. I'm still trying to figure out how to do like the reverse Flash ring giveaway, so just keep your eyes peeled. Whenever that Flash trailer posts, I'll start that special giveaway. Happy Force Friday, everybody. Go spend some money and rewatch this Arrow trailer a couple times. I have already done bonus videos for some of the characters that they've cast on Arrow and the Flash, so I'll put some extra links in the description. So while we wait for that Flash trailer to drop, there have been a couple teasers. You can click here to watch them, and you can click here for some of the voice teasers from Star Wars Episode 7. They didn't release a new trailer, but there have been some voice clips. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.